And then I start speaking.
Yes, we are.
Yes, yes.
Hi, friends. This is Saroj Agarwal, co founder of Man Ki Baat, A Journey Within. And here I am with my whole team, Renu Todi and Babita Jhunjhunwala, along with me to talk about mood swings. What is mood swings? How do we deal with mood swings? So, Babita, how do we deal with mood swings?
Uh,
What is what is your experience of mood swings?
Saroj, actually, I had experienced mood swings just a few days earlier only. I was having some health issues, but I was not addressing those issues. I was thinking these are minor issues, and I was just letting life go on and taking on my other responsibilities and not looking after myself. I realized after some days that I was getting so very irritated, cranky. I was shouting at everyone at the little of just the slightest of triggers. I was just shouting at everyone. And then one day, when my husband told me that what happened to you, you are not like this. Why are you behaving like this? And then was looking back and I saw ki why am I behaving like this? And then I actually sat down to think that what is wrong. I started actually journaling. I started writing down that why am I behaving and from when did all this issues start? Me shouting and me getting annoyed. And then I realized that from the time when my health issues have started and I was not addressing it, and these issues have started, my relationship problems started from then. So then I thought that it's better that I consult a doctor because it was playing on my mind and because I was not addressing it. So, it was coming out in different ways on my friends and families. So once I addressed the issues, I went to the doctor and then I calmed down. Actually, it had such a calming effect on me when I was taking action for my issues. And then I realized that I was having these mood swings because of my health issues, which I was not addressing. I had pushed them under the carpet. And once these issues were resolved, and I was taking precautions, I was taking medications for it, and I realized that yes, now I was not cranky, now I was not angry, I was not annoyed at everyone, and I was my old self. So at that time, I realized that we should actually address our moods. Whenever we have mood swings, we should look into the reason behind it, because it's not just that that you're angry. There is some reason behind it, some triggering factor, and we should always try and look into it as early as possible.
But don't we think mood swings to be very normal? क्या हुआ किसी दिन मूड खराब है किसी दिन मूड अच्छा है सबके साथ तो होता है तो don't we in general tend to think of mood swings to be very normal? Renu ji, what do you say about that?
You are very right, Saroj. I think, sometimes we overlook the normal mood swings we have. क्या हुआ तो गुस्सा कर दिया तो? What happened? I can get angry sometimes, or I can get upset with somebody. But there's always an underlying issue about it. Like I am an RA patient, as Babita has just referred to physical health, and I've been suffering from it for last 10 to 15 years. I realized that my mood swings were according to my physical health. If I'm doing well, if I'm managing it well, if I'm taking care of myself, then I'm a happy go lucky person, smiling, laughing. And if I'm not up to myself, even in a gathering when I go, a person would, what's wrong with you? Why are you not smiling today? Why are you not happy to looking happy today? And then suddenly you realize that there's something really wrong with you. You're not up to yourself and you're feeling low, so that does help you. And then you have to pull yourself out of it. It is not that you just let it go. And
Hmm.
one thing what helps in mood swings is like today I'm feeling low or something and I feel I'm not up to myself. I'll call up a friend, let's go out for coffee. This corona times has though given a lot of bad time to
Hmm.
all of us. We can't even go out for a coffee. Probably with a husband we can sit in the room and have a cup of coffee. But it does it does affect you. Like if you're not feeling good, just go out for a drive. You start feeling better. You start feeling good about it. Or maybe just a smile with playing with a small baby. If you have a grandchild, start playing with the grandchild. They just turn you around your moods and all. Even if you're in the baddest of mood and you're having aches and pains, that smile on on your grandchild's face gives you all the happiness in the world and your mood changes. So mood swings are very common, but we should not take them lightly. We have to take care of them. We have to address them. And if it is persistent, we should not put it under the carpet. I think, Saroj, you would have the same opinion as you. What about you?
एब्सोल्युटली रेणु जी, बट आई फील कि मूड स्विंग्स तो बहुत नॉर्मल है, बहुत होता है। बहुत बार हस्बैंड से भी झाड़ पड़ जाती एंड देन ही सेज कि मेरा मूड खराब था। इट्स विद एवरीबडी, बट
Yeah.
यू नो अबाउट माई सेल्फ, आई से अराउंड अ फ्यू years back, maybe 7 or 8 years back, I used to face, I used to see this pattern in my lifestyle. सुबह हुआ, सुबह का मॉर्निंग रिचुअल्स, कुकिंग वुकिंग फिनिश, everybody off to their how offices or colleges or hospitals, whatever it is. And uske baad, slowly I used to tend to go into the dull saroj. Dheere dheere evening aate aate to I was totally a dull saroj. And I used to be very irritable, very frustrated. Kuch acha nahi lagta. At that time my moods were very bad. Then one day I was talking about this to a friend of mine. I just told her कि पता नहीं क्यों सुबह तो बड़े energetic रहते हैं, बड़े happy mood में रहते हैं, but evening आते आते ना I go into this dull mood. And even if my husband comes from office and says चलो एक कप coffee पी के आता है, I don't feel like it. So it's hampering my relationships also, but I can't understand why am I getting this mood swings. So she just said कि maybe सब जाने के बाद you're all alone in the house for the whole afternoon. So maybe that dullness starts seeping in at that time. So I said might be. So after everybody's gone, I started keeping myself busy. बुक पढ़ लिया, किसी फ्रेंड से बात कर लिया, कहीं शॉपिंग, एट दैट टाइम वाज नॉट कोरोना, तो शॉपिंग चला गया, किसी फ्रेंड के साथ कॉफी पे चले गए. आई ट्राई टू कीप माई सेल्फ
Yeah.
बिजी एंड आई स्लोली फाउंड दैट yes, my irritability and my frustration or my levels of anxiety or depression for that particular hours had come down. So
Yeah.
what I feel कि mood swings होते हैं, but mood swings के कारण भी होते हैं. So I feel we should all at least take a look at what we are going through when we have these mood swings. What is the triggering factors, or what is the reason behind these mood swings?
And I feel one has to be aware of what they are. Like, I'm a very extrovert person. I like people around me. I like to talk to people. It's that. And if I'm staying the whole day in the house and not, just handling the staff and this, it gets me to my head, just stressed up and all. And 1 hour, if I go out, meet a friend, or meet somebody, just de-stress myself, I come back a totally different person, a totally new person. So you need to meet people, or you need to actually know what you really need. Some people are happy
Absolutely.
reading a book by themselves, and they're happier. They want their me time, and then they de-stress themselves, but they do have mood swings. So you have to
Absolutely.
actually understand. I feel, Babita, you would be also accepting the same thought
Abs-
process as we do are. Like,
Absolutely, Renuji. Like, as Saroj said, that loneliness was creating the mood swings. You
yeah,
said, and what I also said, that health issues create mood swings. So we
yeah,
need to be aware of the underlying reasons for the mood swings. It's not
absolutely.
कि तुमको तो गुस्सा ही आते रहता है, तुम तो इरिटेटेड ही
Hmm.
रहती हो. There is a reason कि मुझे
Yes.
गुस्सा क्यों आता है, मैं इरिटेटेड क्यों रहती हूँ. So
Hmm.
that is the underlying reason. जब तक हम लोग उसको खोद के नहीं निकालेंगे ना, तब तक हम लोग को समझ में नहीं आएगा कि हाँ एक्चुअल में रीजन क्या है. बिकॉज ऑफ द
हाँ,
मूड स्विंग्स
वो
ऊपर ऊपर
हमें
सबको को दिखता है कि
वो
हाँ
हमें
ये तो
खुद ही.
खुद ही हम
Yes.
लोग को या तो बाय टॉकिंग टू अ फ्रेंड एज सरोज डिड, और
Yes. Yeah.
बाय गोइंग टू अ डॉक्टर, consulting a counselor also. And
Yes.
particularly if we are being having mood swings for more than 2 weeks, then it is time to take a call कि हम लोग को डॉक्टर हेल्थ इश्यूज है कि लोनलीनेस है या और कोई अंडरलाइन इश्यूज है, जिसके लिए if we need to consult a counselor, then we should get on with it and not delay it any further.
And another thing came into my mind is that sleep is very important. If you're not having a good sleep, then your mood swings are going to take you topsy turvy. Yeah. So, if you're having a problem with your issues with your sleep pattern, if you're having your regular issues, then I really think we need to see a doctor, or we need to consult somebody. What say, Saroj?
Yeah, absolutely, Renuji. What Babita said about the underlying factors, most of the people are
Yeah.
not even aware that mood
Yeah.
swings do lead to underlying mental disorders also. जब आप
Absolutely.
अगर आपके मूड स्विंग्स बहुत ज्यादा हैं and they are in a regular pattern, be aware, go and consult either a doctor or a psychological counselor or a clinical counselor, whoever you want to. Just get yourself checked up to see कि आपके कोई underlying mental disorders तो नहीं है.
Hmm.
Because it generally happens that if as Babita said 2 weeks ka hai, तो it might be a general triggering some matter that is bothering you. But if it is for longer period, you might have something else also. So let's be aware of what we are going through. So friends, please be aware of your mood swings and just recognize the patterns of your mood swings and just see if you can help yourself. Talk out with a friend, talk out with your husband, any other confidant. You can take a help of a counselor, you can take help of a doctor to understand what your mood swings are and how are they affecting your life.
And to add to this, even your children sometimes make you aware of that your mood swings are bad. Mama, you're in a bad mood. I think you need to do something about it. So we can even listen
Absolutely.
to our own children about it also.
एंड रेणु जी, आई एम श्योर आपके तो पोते भी बोलते होंगे, दादी माँ आज आप इतना
हाँ.
चिड़चिड़ा क्यों रखते हो?
Absolutely. Like if I'm shouting at a staff, he said, Dadi, what's wrong with you? So then, you have to think back, what's happened to me today? Like, it does make a difference.
Yes,
So
actually it
friends,
does.
awareness of what you are going through is actually very important at every stage of your life. So let's all be very aware.
Thank you
Take
for
care.
watching us. Thank you for watching us and being there. Be there to support us every time we go live. Thank you.
Thank you.